The third-place player was eliminated in the finale of Australian Survivor Titans vs. Rebels. It's time to figure out why Mark lost.
Mark, the tribe has spoken.
Mark schemed and plotted his way through pretty much the whole season. As he said before the final immunity challenge, he analyzed, he strategized, and he put aside personal feelings. He did a great job on all of those, but there were a few other things that stopped him. In the very early episodes, Mark took on a lead role as part of the Invisible Hand Alliance, which was a sub-alliance of the middle-aged mafia, and then he also had his side alliance with the V's. Unfortunately, some of that was not well hidden, such as Eden noting at the time that the V Alliance was super obvious. He was smart to give himself those different options, but you can't let people know about them. Mark had to use his diplomatic skills to keep the warring members of his alliances from completely blowing up his and their games. There had been a lot of back and forth until Mark brought them together in the barbecue reward. Alas, even this was done in such an obvious way that it alerted the whole tribe, especially after he and Caroline even mentioned mending old wounds at tribal council, which tipped off Ferris to change his plan. Mark went under the radar for a little while, letting Ferris and Kirby steer the game while he waited for the right moment to strike. He needed to find a way to get himself into Final 2, where, as Ferris said in episode 16, he would be able to use his cunning words to get people on his side. I would say he was the third biggest threat, so he needed to get those two out at the right time to avoid being booted himself if they were gone too early. But he was also hamstrung by Kirby winning challenges and her working with Ferris. He moved to get rid of her as soon as he could, and it was a good time to do it. He just had to convince Ray to flip on Ferris or have Ferris lose the final immunity challenge. Unfortunately for him, the first was impossible because of the way Ray was playing, and Ferris put everything he had into beating Mark and Caroline in the challenge. Once that happened, Mark's status as a bigger threat than Caroline meant he would never even get a chance to use his diplomatic skills to talk at Final Tribal Council. And that is why Mark lost. Be sure you've watched all the mini WhyXLost videos I posted for the season, plus of course why Ferris won. Also, like and follow or subscribe here for all future videos I make about this show and many others.